Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing City Folk. Today I really don't know what we're gonna do. Well, we're gonna water that carnation for one. And this. I'm actually recording this now because I'm actually feeling a little tired. So I figure I may as well record Animal Crossing, and then if I have the energy afterwards, I'm gonna try and record like the last of Fire Emblem, the main series of Fire Emblem. There will be probably more bonus episodes than actual episodes of that series, because of just how the Fire Emblem games work. They're never done when the game is over. Except maybe Awakening. And Fates. And the remake they made of 2. Basically, if it's a modern one, I don't think it has really much in the way of endgame content. Mostly because, like, from what I've seen of Awakening anyway, the endgame content is stuff you can just do at any time. So it's not exactly endgame content, it's how much are you willing to grind content. And depending on the path you take in Fates, it's basically Awakening all over again. If you take the side that makes the most sense for you to take. I say this because Hoshado are clearly the good guys, based on aesthetic. Now, I've not actually played much of those games. I actually still kind of plan on it, because even though they do have systems in them I don't like weapons not having durability. Who decided that was a good idea? That takes away some of the identity of Fire Emblem. No longer do you have to care about using that legendary weapon. You're just gonna use it. And item shops kind of lose their point, because everyone comes with a weapon. You're gonna have enough of the basic weapons to go around. Like, that's, in my opinion, one of the good things about Fire Emblem was weapon durability. Now, weapon durability sucks in something like Zelda, because it's completely out of place and uncalled for. Which is why, as much as Breath of the Wild is awesome, it's also... I have a love-hate relationship with it. Like, I don't dislike the game, but I don't like it as much as I feel like I should, because I can tell it's a good game. It's just the weapon and shield durabilities. They kind of make the game frustrating. And, well, I'm guessing it was basically added in as a way of, you know, stopping people from just using the Master Sword for everything. But what do you know, the Master Sword is the only sword that regenerates, making it the sword that I'm willing to bet almost everybody uses almost exclusively. But that wasn't what I was talking about. I was talking about Fire Emblem. Yeah, with Sacred Stones, I think I have 2 chapters left before the main storyline is done. Then it moves into Creature Campaign mode, which is a bonus mode for basically fighting just monsters on the map. And then there's also, because I went down Erica's path, I also need to show Ephraim's path, because it does vary. But as I had mentioned in the series, my recruitment chart was made for Erica's path. I don't have Ephraim's path mapped out properly. Like, I made note of when Ephraim recruits these characters, but it's all out of order, because he recruits them in a different order to what Erica recruits them in, which makes some units that aren't very useful for Erica more useful for Ephraim. Which, in my opinion, is pretty neat. That does mean I basically need to play through the game again, which, albeit, shouldn't take too long, and I can probably do it while exporting a video. I just can't, you know, record it while I'm exporting a video. Because my computer isn't the best at existing. And I will note now, I do have plans on doing more Fire Emblem games in the future. But after Sacred Stones, I am going to give the series a little bit of a break. I'll do some other games for a bit, and then I'll move back to a Fire Emblem at some point in the future. Hey, mush furniture. Oh, it's just a mushroom, but it was really a mush bed. We've had 3 of those so far. Like, seriously, we've had 3 of them. And I have not seen a walking stick in a really long time. Well, we should probably just head off to the museum now. And, yeah, the series I plan on doing after Fire Emblem's bonus episodes finish up. I might actually do it while I'm doing Fire Emblem's bonus episodes. I don't know. It's another Nintendo game. And it's a flagship game. Are the hints I will give. Actually, no, I won't do that game because there's a lot more work I want to do before I start that game. So ignore those hints. I'll give them again someday. Oh geez, I have hiccups. That's not good. Hiccups aren't good. See, this is why it took me so long to start another game on the channel. I'm very indecisive. I don't know what games I want to... Well, I know what games I want to play, I just don't know what order I want to play them in. Like... There are so many, and I'll admit part of it is there's a lot of games I want to do with my girlfriend for the channel, but we literally cannot do any series right now because, well, she's not here. So that kind of puts a damper on that. I legitimately don't know what I'm going to do after it, but I'll do something. I'll find something. Now I'm all lost in thought. Yeah, let's actually clean off our beach. A pearl oyster. I think right here's another fossil. Yep. I don't think I've seen a pearl oyster before on the beaches. Oh, that's a scallop. I want to just put that right back where I found it. Yeah, let's see. Sand dollar. Those are worth 100 bells, I think. It's actually a decent comparison to compare bells to yen. Because they're both equally not worth a lot when you compare it to, like, North American dollars. That's not a scallop. That needs to be put back. Okay, and we have room for one more thing. Hello, one more thing. And I just bumped the microphone because my nose was itchy and I rose the wrong hand to scratch it. I apologize for that. Looks like we're getting another fossil identified. And then going back to Nooks and selling off all this beach garbage along with that fossil, probably. Hey, Coco. I still really don't know what I want to do after. If N64 captured better, I would do some N64 games. But it doesn't capture well. Like, it does, but it doesn't. Effectively, the N64... No, this is still itchy. The N64 changes resolution a lot. And every time it changes resolution, the Elgato has to adjust for that, so it cuts the signal. So basically a lot of like transitions, it'll cut out the capture on a lot of N64 games because, well, it's changing resolution. And I don't know why games were developed like that. I legitimately cannot think of any reason as to why they were developed like that. My best guess is because possibly it was easier to do menu programming on a more square resolution. Whoops, I didn't want to click I want to sell. And it was easier to do gameplay on a more standard definition resolution. Well, it's more the gameplay looks better on that. Like, that is my, like, only thought. And another thing I've noticed is, like, things like cutscenes also tend to be a different resolution. And I think it's because they're playing back in a completely different format as well. Because they're usually pre-rendered. So, it would usually... I would assume that would change the formatting of the capture / output. I don't know, though. I don't know much about it. That's just kind of my guess from my limited knowledge from what game development I've done. So... Right, I never watered that carnation. I just remembered. And I'm yawning now. Oh, here's another mushroom. It's not mush furniture, though. It's just a regular mushroom. Need to come water this carnation. There we go. Now I think we'll just head home, because I am getting rather tired, so... Looks like I won't be finishing Fire Emblem tonight. Good thing I still have one more episode in the buffer. I have to finish it tomorrow night, which means I might not stream. Boo. I like streaming. It can get frustrating at times, but I do like doing it. It is something I legitimately enjoy doing. But with that, I'd like to remind everyone I do have a Patreon, should you wish to throw money at me, which will help me improve the channel and such. There's a link down below if you do. And with that said, I thank you all very much for watching. I would like to see you again next time for more Animal Crossing City Folk. See you all then.